Okay, this is my 94 F350. It has a 12 valve Cummins out of a 93 D250. It was a gas truck. It wasn't automatic. It's now a 5-speed. It was a long bed. I cut the bed down to short bed length. I still didn't finish this bodywork. That's just steel and Rust-Oleum, but it works for now. The camper shell was off of a old Chevy short bed. Good old Craigslist. It was like 150 bucks, I think. Oh, I lost the front tank when I shortened it, so I put the FD26 rear tank, which is right about 40 gallons. The only drawback is how low the spare tire ends up hanging. But it is nice being able to go 600-700 miles on a tank. I'll show you the interior. Most of this stuff came out of my 93 Dodge, including the engine. It was like my friend said, it's like the Indians with the buffalo. Don't waste a single bit of it. I really did. It was sad to take that truck apart, but we used every last bit of it, and I really like this truck, so it worked out. All the gauges are hooked up except the tach. I don't know, I can hear it just fine. I may sort that out in the future, but the old Cummins is pretty easy to tell where she's at. NV 4500. The shifter boot and the overdrive shifter for the gear vendors is for a Freightliner or Sterling. Pretty much all the parts I got off of Amazon, eBay, Rock Auto. Those gauges were in the Dodge. I like them in the middle. I don't care for the pillar pods or whatnot. But you see, it doesn't obstruct my view, and I can see it just fine. I'm not trying to win any races here, you know. The GPS, that was in the Dodge as well. I used these Ram ball mounts. It's a really good spot for it there. It's right about where my head is. So GPS is right there. I'll go ahead and start it up so you can hear it. So, yeah, I really wanted to build a mostly stock truck, something that I didn't have to worry about. I wanted something reliable that just goes every time, and most of the money went into replacing parts for preventative maintenance. There's about 200,000 miles on the chassis and the engine. The brake booster and master's new. Cruise control is hooked up. It's kind of a pain, but it works great. Still the VE pump, power steering pump, vacuum pump. all rebuilt. Still the D350 radiator, even the air box that's out of the old Dodge. I just cut a larger hole in it. You can kind of see that. And then there's an AFE filter with a foam wrap on it. I live down 4 miles of dirt road, so it seems to work well though. There's nothing gets through. As far as performance goes, there's a 16 centimeter housing, 4-inch from turbo back. I just built it with stainless mandrel bends. Oh, there's a fuel pin, stage 1 Denny T. And I did go through the engine, replaced the main bearings, rod bearings, everything else looked really good. I put some aluminum updated oil squirters in it, and the camshaft was wiped in it, which is pretty common on the first gens, and so I replaced that with a stage 3 Colt billet cam. It was only a couple $100 more, and it just seemed like it was worth it while I was doing it. So air conditioning, I did spend quite a bit of time and a decent amount of money on that. There's a new compressor. Yeah, right, like you can be able to see that. But anyways, real large aftermarket condenser. Of course you can't see that either, but the AC just freezes you out. It's awesome. Really happy with it. This nasty looking insulation was from Summit. It's real high temperature, some sort of NASA bullshit, something or other. But anyways, works well. Real happy with it. Does get a little interesting under here. So the gears are 410 stock. It was a gas truck, which is great for towing, but anyways, I couldn't get enough, well, I knew that I wouldn't be able to get enough road speed with 410s in the Cummins, so I did this gear vendor's gear splitter overdrive coupled with a small yoke shaft up to the divorced NP205. So I went through the entire 205. I was chasing a vibration. The guy that did my drive shafts screwed up on them, and anyways, that was really the only headache of the whole project. I did put this cooler, which came off of that was the Dodge. It was an auxiliary. It was an extra transmission cooler. I guess it had the heavier package. Anyways, the gear vendors draws oil through an oil filter and the cooler. So anytime the drive shaft's spinning, the engine's being filtered and cooled. There's see, I had the temperature gauge was in the Dodge for the auto training, so I hooked up a probe on the gear vendors, which was how I found out that it needed a cooler. That guy ran pretty hot. And you know, gear vendors sells one, but it's $1,000 or something. And then there's also a probe on the NV4500 on in the tail housing section where fifth gear is, where they run the hottest. I did go through the 4500. It's got the updated fully splined main shaft, all new bearings and synchros. Been real happy with all that. So, but yeah, I was going for a stock-ish, reliable truck. I've got a couple of off-road toys. I didn't need big tires. I wanted fuel economy, good drivability. You know, it's no show truck, but it gets driven every day and works well. Sorry for the shaky footage here. I'm rolling around the creeper. So that's probably about it. Lots of little details that I'm not going to cover here. You know, I did LED lights everywhere, and I stuck with the single battery out of the 93. A lot of people ask me about that, and I never had a problem with the 93. I mean, I'm in Arizona, but again, simplicity wins for reliability. And aside from the driveline vibrations, which didn't stop her, we're right at about 10,000 miles now since the swap, and not a single hiccup. So hopefully I'll get to enjoy this truck for a long time here. A lot of time and effort, but well worth it, especially when you enjoy it.